Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another shard opening for Raid Shadow Legends. Today in this video, folks, I'm going to open some more shards, and at the time of making this video, there is a bit of a shard opening event going on Raid Shadow Legends. I don't expect to get anything out of it, but last time I did make one of these videos, people seemed to enjoy it, so here I am making another one. Now I have got a couple of shards. As you can see, we've got 31 Ancient Shards and 2 Void Shards. I have been saving these up. So with that being said and done, this is what I currently have. As you can see, I've got some space. I've also managed to make some space in my little inventory. I'm going to have to put some champions in the vault just to have enough space to open up all of those shards. So with that being said and done, let's get into it. I'm going to pull them one at a time. And with that, let's see what we get. First things first, we got a gladiator. So that's okay. I think I have one of these. I'm not quite sure. So we'll go on with the next one. Let's see. Hopefully I get something decent. Okay, have a couple of these. So this might just be food. Okay, first epic. Oh, hey. Crimson Helm. That's good. So on her A1, attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff. Very good A1 right there. It can go up to 70%. On our A2, attacks 4 enemies at random. Each has a 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. Places a block damage buff on the champion for 1 turn. So that is a really good ability right there. Really good combination. And it's on a 3 turn cooldown. Places 60% increased defense on all allies for 2 turns. Definitely a good champion. I can see uses for this in the dungeons and even in the clan boss. So definitely a champion that's going to be good all around for me at least. Definitely wanted a champion with a provoke, so there it is. I've got what I wanted. We've got a bow knight. There we go, another epic. And so we have the Doom Priest. Let's have a look at her abilities. So we're going to start with her A1. Attacks one enemy. If the hit is critical, places a 15% increased crit rate buff on a random ally for 2 turns. Her A2 is places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. That's definitely going to be useful. And her passive is heals all allies by 7.5% of their HP and removes a random debuff from them at the start of this champion's turn. Definitely a very good champion right here. And she's got high rating all around, and in Minotaur's Labyrinth, as you can see, she's got a rating of 5. Definitely a keeper for me. So let's see what else I get. So far so good. I've got quite a few good champions. Bombardier, I'm guessing. Yep, this is one of the new champions right here. So nothing too special with him. I don't have one yet, so if I get duplicates, I will probably use them for food. Beast Wrestler, so another champion that I've seen but not actually had. So attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 20% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. 20% chance. That won't occur very often as far as I can see. Attacks one enemy, and so as a passive increases damage inflicted by 50% for the first hit on each enemy. That could be useful, but I mean it's a meh champion. Not really that bothered about it. We've got a Grandmaster, so I think I have a couple of these. I'll see which ones I keep. Obviously at this point in time I don't have very many choices. We've got a Fury Stoker over here. Still have 22 more shards to go. I mean, I started off great, probably going to end not so great. Okay, Greybeard. I think this is the first time. Yeah, this is the first time for me. I got a Greybeard. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. And it can go up to 70. So attacks all enemies, has a 25% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense. Places shield on this champion for 2 turns, has an 80% chance of placing a counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Okay, so the value of shield is proportional to defense and the buff cannot be removed. So it's an okay champion. I'll see if I need him. Oh, brilliant gore masks. Definitely food. Oh, another epic. Okay. So I've got a Jingle Hunter here. this would be the second one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him as of yet. Might use him as a book. Bog Walker. I think I might have several of these, so... Oh, there we go. Hellfang. So this one is a demon spawn. I think he pairs up with another dog-like creature, so interesting. Runic Warrior. I think I have several of these as well. I'll have a look if I want to level up the Runic Warriors. Steel Boyer. Okay. I think that was all of the interesting stuff that I got. I don't know if I'm going to get anything. Now, hopefully I get something nice out of the Void Shards. I do need some Void Champions. I only have 2 of them, so the chances of that happening are very slim. Wretch. Now, let's see what you do. Attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 20% chance of placing a 50 heal reduction, so 50% heal reductions for 2 turns based on attack. Attacks one enemy, heals his champion by 15%. Attacks one enemy, places a HP burn debuff for 2 turns. Okay, so that's a guaranteed HP burn debuff. That's definitely gonna come in handy against bosses. So I think I'm gonna keep this guy. I can see many uses for that HP burn. Got another Fury Stoker and 12 shards to go. Oh, there we go. Another Gladiator. Okay. Attacks one enemy 2 times at the 30% chance of placing a 50% attack decrease attack debuff for 2 turns if the target's turn meter is more than or exactly 50% full. Has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff, so that's okay. Attacks 2 times at random, has 90% chance of placing a stun debuff on a target if the target's meter is above 75%, and has a chance of going up to I believe 95%. Attacks all enemies based on attack, so that's the damage, which is based on attack. Oh, this is another one I think that's potentially new. I'm not quite sure. I might be getting it wrong. Hurler. And let's see. What do we get next here? Oh, Bog Walker. Yeah, excellent. More food for with regards to leveling up my champions, so that's okay. Okay, Berserker. I have a couple of these, so I'm gonna kind of build a Berserker because of that. Oh, here we go, Runic Warrior again. I think I have about 5 of them at this point in time. Oh, hello. Magma Blood. Attacks one enemy, has a 15% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Attacks all enemies, has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decreased accuracy. It attacks 2 times at random. Each hit has a 60% chance of placing a bomb debuff for 3 turns. So this can become a 100% chance. This is quite good. The bomb debuff might be helpful. Definitely a champion I want to look at leveling up. Honor Guard. Okay, another one that I don't have. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a 25% decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns if the target has no active buffs. Has a 50% chance of stealing 2 random buffs from the target. This is quite good. Attacks one enemy, obviously, so that's pretty decent. Has a 75% chance of placing a block buffs debuff for 2 turns. Okay. A champion worth keeping, I guess. For the time being, I don't have anything better than that. Judicator. Attacks one enemy. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing 30% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Attacks one enemy. This attack deals 30% extra crit damage. Interesting. Okay. Flesh Eater. So I've got a couple of Flesh Eaters, I think. They're not very useful. Okay. Rock Tooth. And another Gore Mask. Okay. Megas. So she's a champion that I've used for a while. She's decent-ish, as you can see. Not sure if I'm going to use this one as a book or what. So we still have 2 Void Shards that I'm going to have to go through. Hopefully I get something nice. Chances of that happening are probably unlikely, but who knows. Alright. Chevalier. I'll have to see if I can find a spot for you. Attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 20% chance of placing an extra hit. decent. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a stun, places a 30% increased defense buff on and a 7.5% continuous heal buff on all allies. Okay, that's quite useful. Has a 20% chance of placing an extra hit. And when I send it to 3 stars, it will do the exact same thing, but ignores block damage and shield buff. So that's a decent thing to look at. Has a 50% chance of placing a stun with a 75% chance if you book him. So that's okay. I can see some uses for it. What's next? Oh, hello. Okay. We've got a Seducer here, so I think this guy is a good champion. Let's see. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a sleep debuff, and has a chance of being a 45% chance. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns, and it can go up to 100%. That's quite good. Places a 30% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, and block buffs on all allies for 1 turn. Yeah, decent ability. That's quite useful in the arena. And the A4 is places a 50% ally protect buff on all allies for 2 turns, places a block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn. This ability is only available when the Tempest is on the same team, so a good thing, but you have to have the Tempest, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll hold on to this champion. I can see some uses for his other abilities, and that's pretty much it for the shards today. I got a couple of okay champions, definitely usable. I got a lot of food as well. So with that being said and done, that is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on the channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And of course, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.